Welcome to Alison By Arrangement. This is a totally new concept that's going to allow you to fill your home with beautiful flowers in an eco-friendly and low-cost way. Now, we all know that fresh flowers are very expensive, but with this idea, you're going to mix faux flowers with just a few fresh blooms, so you can use the arrangement over and over again, just adding your own bit of creativity with your own choice of supermarket bought flowers. Everything you need is going to come in this box, complete with full instructions, and I'll show you exactly what's inside. So, just like unwrapping a beautiful fresh bouquet, but this is what we're going to send to you. So firstly, we're going to send you the container. You can see that's a cream metal enamel style container, which contains the florist's foam. Now this is actually made of basalt and it's biodegradable, so it's very eco-friendly. Then we've got a beautiful selection of faux flowers. And I have to say, we all know that faux flowers can be very expensive. The quality of these is beautiful, and it's really quite hard to distinguish them from real flowers. So firstly, we've got some gorgeous yellow spring blossom. And you can see we've got 3 stems of that. We've been very generous with the flowers because we want you to have a beautiful display. Then we've put some white blossom in. You can see we've got 4 stems of that. It's one of my favorites, love that. Then we've got some green stems and some eucalyptus. That's a bit of a green stem caught up in that one. So you get a few stems of eucalyptus and spring greenery. And then some cow parsley, which again, it looks incredibly realistic. But not content with that, because this is our Easter display, we're sending you 3 of these large eggs and then 5 small ones. There you go. So you get all of that plus the instructions. So all you have to do is follow the instructions and then add your own little bit of creativity with your own choice of flowers. So here's how to get a top florist look at a fraction of the price. Now I'm going to start by putting the water into the florist's foam. Now this basalt foam does absorb about 2 pints of water, and it absorbs it very, very quickly, which is good. So I'm just going to pour this quite gradually, because it's a small container, from the watering can into evenly either side, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to absorb it, so it will redistribute itself. And as I said, you need about 2 pints, and already it's completely absorbed by the foam, which is amazing. Then I'm going to start with my greenery. That's going to form the basis. And I'm going to work from the outside and just give it that initial framework. And I've got 3 bits of this. Bear in mind that this arrangement is probably going to be seen from all sides, especially if it's on, let's say, a dining table. And that's actually worth having a little chat about, because whilst we're talking about tablescaping here, and this is obviously an Easter arrangement, this could be in your house at any time of year, and it could be anywhere in the house. Could be in the sitting room, could be on a windowsill, could even be in a fireplace if you haven't got a fire in your fireplace, which many people don't have these days, which would look very pretty and liven it up. And the basalt foam is very, very easy to work with. The stems go in very easily. Now I'm going to add what I think are my favorites, because they just look so natural. So this is the cherry blossom. These are longer stems. I would say the whole arrangement is about 2 feet in width when it's finished, which means it's a really substantial and rather lovely size. And as I said earlier, we have not scrimped on the foliage and the flowers because we really want this to be special. So now we've got our yellow foliage and flowers. Spring blossom, we've called it. Just get that into the foam. You can see how it's beginning to build up, and we're beginning to get that density that we want. And now the cow parsley. I love the cow parsley. It's very unassuming, and obviously it's a wildflower, so just adds real character to the arrangement. Put the cow parsley in, and then I'm going to put the eggs in. Now we've got 3 large eggs and 5 small ones. Now I'm just going to tease them to the front so that they can be seen. Now bear in mind, obviously we've done this because it's for Easter, but you can take these out, they're on wires, and then this arrangement could be used at any time of year really. Obviously it's got lighter colours in it. That's where the beauty of your creativity comes in, because you can add your own fresh flowers, and obviously they can be any colour. So you could use this later on for a birthday or a wedding, and really just limited by your imagination. Could be used for any event or no event. Just have it in the house all year round, because you know I love flowers, but to replace flowers every week, that's expensive. So you want to be able to avoid that. But I think this looks incredibly realistic, and we haven't even added the real flowers yet. So you can see the way this is already coming together, and it looks so naturalistic, although of course these are faux flowers. But now we're going to add the finishing touches with the real thing. Now I bought this bunch of roses, there are 10 from my local supermarket, £2.59. So it's not about buying expensive flowers, but these are going to add the magic dust to this arrangement. So I'm just going to trim them off. And normally if I had a bit more time, I would probably strip some of the leaves away just so that the flower lasts longer, but for the purposes of speed, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to put them in. So you get 10 for £2.59, which is pretty good. And you can see, you will see in a minute, how that really starts to fill this out. Although, as I said earlier, there is already a lot of really good foliage in this, so it's going to look like a very full arrangement. Now remember that especially if this is going on a table, this is going to be seen 360 degrees, otherwise known as in the round. So you really want to make sure that all angles are accounted for. I'm just going to put these down and just trim this one. I want this to be a bit shorter. There we go. Put that there. And I'm going to put one here. Now obviously I'm doing this from a particular angle and not able to come round, and I don't want to turn my back to you whilst I'm doing it, but when you're doing it at home, you will have the advantage of being able to walk all the way around it, and then you can see exactly what you're doing and that it looks good from all angles. So here it is, the finished arrangement, which I think looks absolutely magnificent. Now, if this was produced for you in a florist shop using real blooms, it would cost a fortune. But for one very modest price, and I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised, we will send you everything except the fresh flowers, which you can get from the supermarket for under £3. We'll send you everything in a box with instructions, and all you have to do is follow the instructions and add your creativity with your little bunch of fresh flowers. But then you'll have the faux arrangement forever, and you can play with it, you can ring the changes, and you'll get terrific value out of it. And I guarantee you will be the envy of your friends and family.